Hey, this is Loving Toodles. Hey, Toodles. It is Sunday, and we're going to do a Sunday lesson, but this time I'm not going to do it from the Bible. I saw something on the news that struck me and got me to want to make this a Sunday lesson. I'm going to be asking some questions, but you don't have to answer. Just listen. Do you have kids? You love your kids? You would do anything in the world for your kids. I know I would. I want you to take a moment and think about your kids. Would you look at your kids? Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. Sit down with them. Tell them a story about them when they were younger. Like for me, my oldest son. So many stories about him. One story, I know when I gave birth to my son, and my son came out of my womb, he actually peed all over the doctor's face and in his mouth. It was funny. The doctor kept saying, "Towel, please, towel." And he had to get the towel wet, wash it, and he was literally at the sink going, trying to get that out of his mouth. That was funny. It's not funny, but it was funny. I also remember my oldest son. He would always play with my dad's feet. And one day, he put my dad's foot in his mouth and bit his big toe. He went, "Oh, shit. You got it that time, Benny. You got the toe. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Get him, get him, get him." And my dad hollered, "Chris, come get your son." He bit my toe. And my dad limped. Like, it hurt. And my oldest son told him he was sorry for what he did. For my youngest son, oh my God. Almost something when he came out of my wah, he broke the doctor's nose. I knew he was going to be a fighter. A real good fighter. There's a lot of things about him that a lot of people don't know, but this one is a trooper. He's a fighter. He will do whatever it takes to keep his family safe. He is an overprotective son sometimes. He's overprotective of his stepsister. He's overprotective of his son, his wife, his mother. And he would protect his stepdad if he had to. If somebody put a knife on my husband, I think he would defend him. And another story, so many stories about him. When he first learned to ride a bike, my ex-husband was teaching him, and he slipped off, and the bar there racked him. It hurt like a mother skunk. I know it did. I'm not a man. And if you're a man and you're watching this, I'm sorry. But I know that shit's gotta hurt. And he hit the bar. And he cried. And I said, "Come here, let mama look at it. Make sure you're..." "No, daddy, look at it." And I told my husband, I said, "Take him in the house, pull his pants down, look at it. Make sure he's not bruised. It's not bleeding. Please." It made me feel safe. He was okay. I remember also with him, he was asleep in bed. That boy's like me, he can sleep just about almost anywhere. Both of my boys can. But he was asleep, and I got up to take my oldest son to the bus stop where we used to live in Conroe to get him on the bus, and my ex-father-in-law was outside, and I said, "Will you watch Josh? He's asleep. I gotta take him to the bus stop." He said, "Don't worry, I'll take him. Come on." So he put Jeffrey in his little truck, his own Nissan truck, took him up to the bus stop. And I said, "Well, then I'm gonna go back to sleep for a little bit more since Josh is asleep, and I can get a little bit more sleep." Because, you know what I mean? I didn't get hardly any sleep that night. So, and that's something I'm not going to tell somebody what happened, but anyway. But he slept, and then he got up to me and said, "Mama, where's Daddy?" I said, "He's at work." He said, So he runs in the living room. He said, Daddy, not in the living room. Where's Daddy? I said, he's at work. Joshua, my youngest son, sat in that chair for 2 hours almost. 2 hours. Looking out that living room picture window for his daddy. Because that's what he wanted. His daddy had to go to work. So I told my son, I said, Josh, let's go to the store. I'll get you candy or something. No. But we did go to the store, me and Josh. Everywhere I go, I always take the kids. I always take my kids with me. Horrible story, but yeah, I did. Not horrible, but him missing his dad, that was shocking. But there is so much my boys has done that's actually shocked me. I never thought my oldest son would move to Arizona. Leave me. Move to Arizona. But he's on his own. And he's doing so good. And he's handicapped. He has cerebral palsy. He was born with cerebral palsy. 1 in a million children never get it. 1 in a million children never get the coach disease. And he has a glass eye in one of his eyes. I don't know if it's left or right. One of his eyes. He has a glass eye. That's a $5,000 eye. If I didn't have Medicaid, it wouldn't have paid for it. I couldn't afford it. Neither could my ex-husband. There's so much going on in life. There's so much going on with your children that you don't know. And there's so much things that your children have done when they were little that they don't remember doing. But it doesn't hurt to sit down and talk to your children about the past. Sit down and tell them about their grandma. You got a mom and a dad. You have a grandmother and a grandfather that maybe passed away. It's like my boys never got to meet my grandmother and my grandpa that lives in Kentucky. I barely got to meet them. They haven't barely got to meet my uncles, but they know about it, and my cousins, and they talk. You want to let your kids know things in your past that you have done. Tell them a story about you. I told my oldest son and my youngest son one time about what I did when I was younger. I said in high school, when I was dating your father, I used to steal your uncle's cigarettes. Not for your dad, but I smoked. But then I'd give the cigarettes to your dad, and he would have cigarettes. But then, things happened. And I told him, I said, I got suspended from school because the teachers thought I was selling porn magazines when I was selling candy for the drill team. And I was just giving these Playboy magazines to a boy because this boy named Corbin Rauch, because of the fact that I didn't like that my brother had them. I was stealing them from my brother, giving them to a boy I liked. There's a lot of things that happened to me when I was younger. I remember going to my first New Kids on the Block concert. It was so awesome. I remember a lot of things that I did back then. I remember hanging out with friends. I remember I went to, I was on the radio. They were giving away free on the radio. You can win Stevie Nicks tickets. And I remember being on the rotary phone. If you guys don't know what a rotary phone is, it's a house phone that sits there and you do. And my parents thought I was talking to one of my friends. They go, well, I guess she's talking to one of her friends. So I stayed on the line, and finally they picked up, and they said, you're the 14th caller. You just won Stevie Nicks tickets. I'm like, and my dad said, what the hell? And he was scratching his ear. So I told my mom when I got off the phone, I said, "Can you explain this to my mother?" So I gave the phone to my mom, and they explained it to my mom. Mom said, "Okay, I won 2 free Stevie Nicks concert tickets." Oh, I was so excited. I was so happy. I didn't know who to take with me. The person I would have took at the time, she had a cast on her foot. So she wasn't about to go. But I talked to another friend of mine, and I was like, I want to take Rebecca, but Rebecca's got I think she sprung her foot or broke her foot or something. She was in a cast, so she couldn't do too much. She wouldn't have been able to stand up and watch the concert. So I said, I'm inviting you to go. I said, if your mom will drive us. She goes, yeah, I got my mom to drive. So her mom, my friend Jenny's mom, drove us to the Stevie Nicks concert. We had Jenny or Patricia? Was it Patricia or Jenny? That was Patricia. I've been Jenny. Either Jenny or Patricia, one of my friends back from high school. But we went to Stevie Nicks concert. Oh my God, we had a blast. I love Stevie Nicks. To the day, I still love Stevie Nicks. She's got some good songs, but I didn't have her all over my wall like I do. Yeah, New Kids on the Block. But I love my New Kids on the Block. I've been in love with them since '89. I remember my 5th grade year. I've been in love with New Kids on the Block since then. I met Rebecca that summer. We had a good time. We were best friends. Now we barely talk to each other. We barely hang out. I'm still friends with Jana, my best friend Jana, but I love her so much. And you can have more than one best friend. I know that, but it's just that I admit when I was younger, I played Barbies a lot, and I told my kids I played Barbies a lot. And I was telling my kids that one day, and both of my boys said, "That what you were playing with when you were playing in the living room when Dad would leave to go to meetings at work?" I said, "Yeah, I take it out of them." When I got okay, let me ask you this question: is it better to bicker with your spouse or take it out on something else and not your spouse? Telling you something. I do not like to fight with my husband, even with my husband now. And we just got to talking about something that happened today, that somebody was accusing me of something in the house and that I did and I didn't do. And I said, when did I have time to do it? And I said, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you over it. He goes, I believe you, honey. I believe you. I believe you. I know you didn't do it. And I kept saying, I said, I got a $25 gift card. Why would I want, I have money in my office. I have money probably practically all over this house. Well, in my bedroom and in my office, I have money. But I don't go around bragging that I have it. I keep it to myself until I need something. And when I want something, I go get it. But what is wrong? I just, when I did get into a fight with my ex-husband, we would fight, but when we got mad at each other, he'd yell and scream. It's basically when he didn't have his drugs, it was my fault. When the car broke down, everything that happened in his life is my fault. It's like everybody wants to blame Christina for everything. That's how I feel. That's how it was. It's just like my dad. We were going to church one day. Can you stop at this truck? Like, no, we're not getting a truck. We're not getting a car. We got one. You can't drive. And they argued in the car. My dad, on the way to church, smacked my mom, and she turned and looked at my father. She put on the brakes, stopped, looked at my dad and said, don't ever hit me like that again. I said, Dad, if you ever hit Mom again, I'm going to smack you. So we went on to church, and everybody, what's wrong, Penny? What's wrong, Penny? When she was at church, and she just left it at that. I said, Mom's just having a rough day this morning. She goes, what's up? I said, Granny's on her case, Dad's on her case, everybody's on her case, won't leave her alone. It's just like me. Everybody wants to get on my case about something. It's like, one thing comes up missing, I'm the first person they blame. But they don't look for it. They just accuse. Trust me, I've done that. I've done that plenty of times too. I've accused somebody of taking something of mine and misplaced something, and I have found it. But it's kind of hard when you misplace something and you go looking for it and you can't find it, and it's right there in front of your nose. It's like my dog Chica. I have these things here. I do my teeth with, and she has taken them and chewed them, but I had one there and I stuck it under my book so she didn't get it, and I blamed her for getting it and eating it, and I scolded her. Then when I found it, I gave her a hug and kiss and told her I was sorry. But there comes a time, and you know it. You know, some parents don't even know what their kids do. They don't care. They just let their kids do whatever they want. Let their kids walk all over everything. If you don't give your kids structure now and punish them now, as they're little, they're going to grow up and be he's in charge. They're going to be like, oh, I can go out, rob a bank, and mom and dad don't give them. I can go out and do this, and mom and dad don't give a care. I care about my son, both of them. I care about my family. I love my family. I love being married to Patrick. We've been married for 13 years. What's going to change it now? You know, like he told me once before, he said, you know, I kind of think people want us to get split up and don't want to be together no more. And I thought about that too. And he says, and they come to me and say, you know, this, and this. And he told me one time, I said, you know what? I know you're getting tired of people accusing me of doing something that I'm not doing. And he says, I'm tired of people coming to me, Christina this, Christina this, Christina that, Christina. You ain't got nothing to say about my wife. Get the fuck out of my house. And this is what he said. And he says, if people don't like the way I run my house, they can leave. They're not the owner of this house. I am. You are. We are the dominant owners of this house. What goes in this house, what we say goes in this house. He says, if you want them gone, say something. Oh, get them to go. We were talking about that a while ago. He says, I'm tired of this shit. My husband used to smoke pot, but he don't do it anymore. But then he told me a little story that he only does it when he's stressing out. And I got news. I'm not afraid to call the cops. I've done it numerous of times on my ex-husband, other people. I even had a girl threaten to beat my butt really bad, and I was like, go for it. And we were gonna fight one time, and who was sitting right there on the other side? The cop that I called. And I was doing this with my head, and she goes, what are you doing that with your head for? I said, because I was popping my neck to get ready to kick your butt. But we never did fight. The cop said if you hit her, you're going to jail. I can't say I don't do wrong. That would be a lie. I can't say. I will admit this. This is something I told my kids, and I've told a lot of people. It's been this is going on year 2, that I have not stolen a dang thing from a store. I admit I was a thief. I would go into the store, and I'm going to do this. I would buy something. Buy more than one product, of course. And, I got enough. I can buy all 5 of these products, right? Because I have the money. But I buy 4 and steal one of them. And I don't do that anymore. I feel like, how can I say, the disease that I have now, my chronic kidney infection, me having high blood pressure, I know some of the stuff I have is hereditary, but I think it's also karma. And I think karma hit me like this. And God did this to me and said, well, he didn't actually do this to me. He said, karma's going to get you. My husband always says, karma's going to bite you in the butt one of these days. And you're going to wish you didn't do what you did. I look at myself and I say, karma is going to get him one day. I don't like to be wrong all the time. I don't like to be right all the time. But I know karma will get you. And when it does, it's going to get you good. Well, karma did get me. And I learned my lesson. And I thank God all the time for everything. Just like today, I was praying to God. And I always pray to God. I sit on the toilet and pray to God. You have a son or a daughter. You have kids. Like I said at the beginning of this video, give them a hug. Give them a kiss. Tell them something about your past. Tell them something about something that they happened that you've told them before, but they forgot. Make it a funny story. Tell them a story about how when you were little, and I remember my brother smashing chocolate cake in my face. I hate chocolate cake, and I hate chocolate frosting. I've always hated chocolate cake and frosting. Ugh. Ever since I was a little girl. My mom used to tell me, I used to push the cake away because it was chocolate and I didn't want it. That picture's one year oh my God, I was so into strawberry shortcake. Everything had to be strawberry shortcake. So my mom made me strawberry shortcake birthday cake. And they had little strawberry shortcake dolls. I had those as well. I was in the Rainbow Bright. I even had a Rainbow Bright cake once. And I got a Rainbow Bright doll. And the Rainbow Bright horse. Then I was in the Care Bears and I had a Care Bear cake. And I ended up getting all these Care Bear things. My second brother, Ryan, he had a best friend named Rusty Beasley. I want to say Rusty names. It was Rusty Beasley. Oh my God. He was so gorgeous. I wanted to go out with him. I wrote a note stuck in my brother's window. Never forget it. I said, hey Rusty, you want to be my boyfriend? He kind of broke my heart. He said we were better off friends than lovers because he looked at me like a sister. Grr, right. Yeah, grr. Just like a boy I went to school with, Joel, told me the same thing. He didn't want to go out with me. He was so gorgeous, so fine. Oh my God. He could have been my ice cream sundae, just like with Elena Bloom on top, but instead it didn't Joel on top. But he told me one time he looks at me like a sister, not a girlfriend, which is okay. I'm happy for that. But I'm married and I have a guy. Okay. So, for some of you young ones that are listening to this, you have mom and dad, give my husband a kiss too. It doesn't hurt to tell your kids you love them once in a while. It doesn't hurt to hug them. It doesn't hurt to do things with your kids. Guys, take your son and have a one-on-one guy time with your boys. Go to Hooters or go Golden Corral, buffet all you can eat. I'm gonna take the boys. We're gonna go out to eat and have guy time. Girls, I'm gonna take our daughter out. We're gonna go get a medi pedi or whatever. Do something special with your kids to let them know that they are loved. Even it may not be Christmas, it may not be birthday or a holiday. Buy them a gift and say, I love you. I know you've been wanting this for the longest time. You know, buy it for them. It's like me. My kids loved Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. And they wanted Pokemon cards. And every time I turn around, I had money, I'd buy my oldest son and my other son Pokemon cards. I used to buy my stepdaughter clothes to show her I'm a good stepmom. I love her. I would never do anything to hurt her. I've always wanted a daughter myself. Buy clothes for her. Go shopping with her. Do girl things. That never happened. Only when she was little. But as you get older, kids do change. My oldest son always wanted to go shopping with me. He likes shopping with mom. Just think about your kids and think about and appreciate them. Give them something that they will always remember. Do a day with them. Whether you got a picnic table in the backyard and it's not freezing ass cold, then have a picnic lunch with them. Or get your kids, if you know you live in a place where it's snowing. Hey kids, come on, let's go out in the backyard. Let's make snow angels, or go in the front yard. Let's make some snow angels and take pictures of the snow angel and see what it's like, and then look back on it and say, hey, come here, let's make snow angels. I want to take pictures. So when you get older, you can have this picture and show your kids. Make a photo album. I know my husband's got a photo album he's going to give to his daughter. He said when she got married. But she hasn't given it to her yet. But with all of her pictures, and I did the same thing with my kids. I made an album with just them and their pictures. But I did put some pictures of me, my husband, their brother, whatever. And those pictures of the boys together. Then I separated them. No, he gets this one, he gets this one. Make an album with them, scrapbook, do something with your kids. But let your kids, that you love them. Talk to them about games, violence, getting into things. I was watching the news about that little girl, and all they were doing was going to the store, and she got shot. And she's like, I think she's still in a coma. Watched on the news last night. It's been on for the past 4 days. Every time I see it, I cry. I don't like it, but it happens, and it needs to not happen. People with guns kill people. Stupid people with guns kill people. Think about this. I'm going to end it at this, and I'll say a little prayer. Think about this. If you are somebody with a gun, or you're somebody in a gang, and you have a little brother or little sister, or aunts or uncles or grandmas or grandpas or whatever, mom and dads, what would you do if one of your friends shot one of your family members? Think about that and what you would do. I know what I would do, and I'm not going to say it. Think about it. What would you do? How would you react? Dear Heavenly Father, I come to you in prayer today. I pray for the little girl in the hospital that was shot, that's in a coma, that she gets out soon. I pray for my family. I pray for myself as well to get healthy and well. I also pray, Lord, that people will realize that what they're doing is wrong. And for accusing somebody of something they didn't do is wrong. Let the innocent be innocent, and those who know that they're in the wrong be punished. We love you, Lord, with all of our heart. And we know you're going to be here for the rest of our lives. And if it is time for us to go, you will know. And you will let us know. Pray for my uncle to get well as well. And my aunt. I pray for it all, Lord. We're going to, for a moment here, silence prayer for this little girl and everybody else that's sick with COVID and been shot. Makes me break my heart, Lord. These little babies getting killed. See, parents are so ignorant. come to their house and shoot them when they got a little chip right there. It hurts so bad, Lord. If I could have one wish, just one wish, it would be that this world would turn upside down and turn right. People would not be killing people and hurting people and accusing people of stupid stuff. If you don't know the truth and you don't got proof, you should not accuse somebody of something unless you have an eyewitness or proof, no matter what it is. Get these drug addicts out of here, Lord. Get the drug addicts off the streets. Get them out of people's lives. Get the drugs off the streets and out of here. You have the power, Lord, to do it. You have the power. I trust in you, Lord, that you will change this world. Make it a better place. When people don't have money or drugs or whatever they need, they don't accuse somebody else of taking it just so they can get money from that person. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Until next Sunday, I hope everything will go better. I'm sorry. Until next Sunday. I do next Sunday's lesson. Hope you enjoy this. Until next time. Bye, guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to pray. And give God a big old air hug. Because you know you love to. And for those who don't believe in God, shame on you.